Traders, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys my top 2 altcoins that I think have some serious growth potential in the future. As always, all I ask in return for one of these videos is a quick thumbs up and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds of your day for an absolutely free video. And once you subscribe, you can also hit that bell notification icon so you get a notification every time I post so you never miss another one of these videos. Also, remember, if you want 2 free stocks and a good cryptocurrency broker, you can check out Webull. The link is in the description down below. And if you're not in our free Discord, as always, make sure to go ahead and join that free Discord. Tons of free education in there, and it's a great community of like-minded individuals. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. So the first altcoin that we are going to talk about today is quite the crazy one. Okay, we have Ethereum Classic over here. So we're going to do some raw analysis on Ethereum Classic. Currently, as you can tell, it's on a massive run up here. So let's actually do some analysis, right? So we're going to go to the logarithmic scale, because that puts everything into proportionate sizes, right? It makes these moves look much more even. Okay, if we do the linear scale, obviously, it looks better, right? It looks like it's going crazy, which it is. But to analyze, I always recommend using logarithmic scale because it makes everything nice and even, right? And if you don't know, the logarithmic scale basically calculates how much the price has moved on a percentage basis rather than on a price basis. So that's why all these moves look, much less crazy than here, because on here the price is moving quite a bit, but on here the percentages never really change. Okay, so that's the log scale. Just a quick lesson there. So let's take a look at Ethereum Classic. All right, so what we're going to do first, just like we have done in Dogecoin in our previous videos, okay, what we like to do is we like to look at the past, and you can see Ethereum Classic has this sort of pattern going on here. It's kind of like a staircase or stair-step pattern, right, where we have a move up, move down, move up, move down, move up, move down, move up, and now maybe a move down. But that's not really what we care about. What we want to see on Ethereum Classic is how much does Ethereum Classic pull back, so that we know when Ethereum Classic pulls back, or if Ethereum Classic pulls back, we know where to start buying it. I'm really stuttering today, not sure what's going on here, but I'm not going to edit it. Remember, guys, I've stopped editing my videos, so you just get the raw takes, okay? Because it takes me way too long to edit out all of these stutters. So, okay, so we're going to take a Fibonacci retracement, and we're going to go from this move right here, right? Because this is kind of where this trend starts, right there. So we're going to take our Fibonacci retracement tool. We're going to go from low to high, and we're just going to do that with every single move. Okay, low to high, low to high, and then we can do even this one, low to high. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at how or where price tends to turn around when Ethereum Classic takes a dip. Okay, so the first it's not really a pump, but the first move higher that we had that started all of this, okay, we take a look, what do we see, right? We have this move higher, pullback, and then a move higher. So where did the pullback come into? Well, it came into the 786 Fibonacci retracement. That is where Ethereum Classic decided to level off and then continue higher for that next move. Great. So now we have that number in our heads, right? 786. So now we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, what do we see here? We have a move higher, a dip, and then you can't see it yet, but we have another move higher. So where did the dip end? Okay, 786. All right, so now we're going to move on forward, right? So in both these moves, Ethereum Classic ended up bottoming out at the 786 retracement of the previous move higher, okay? So next move, next meme. All right, what do we see? Another move higher, dip, another move higher. Where did this one end up bottoming out? 61.8. Great. And now that brings us to today. So what information do we have about Ethereum Classic right now? We have the information that most of the time when Ethereum Classic does dip, it ends up stalling either at the 786, bottoming out at the 786, or the 61.8. And I'm actually going to make a video on this on my top crypto trading strategies as of right now, because this is one of them, all right? Just taking a look at Fibonacci retracements. Okay, so Ethereum Classic today, what we'll see is that we have another pump. So Will it pull back? Well, it's pulled back the last 3 times that we've seen a pump on Ethereum. And where will it pull back? Odds are it's probably going to be between this 61.8 and 786 Fibonacci retracement zone. And on a linear scale, this is what that looks like. Okay, so what I'm saying is that if Ethereum tops out, which we don't really know where it's going to top out just yet, we're not trying to call tops and bottoms here. Okay, we don't know exactly where it's going to top out yet, but if it does top out, we're likely to see a retracement back down to around $72 to $51. Okay, so that would be our buying range. What we can also do, okay, that range right there, that little zone, that is our support zone. What we can also do is we can compare how much Ethereum Classic has moved higher in each pump and dump, right? I don't mean to call it a pump and dump like Dogecoin or anything like that. I'm just saying, we pump and then we kind of dump. But no one's really pumping Ethereum Classic. Or maybe they are. Who knows? I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Fibonacci extension tool, we're going to go in a logarithmic scale, and we're just going to do the exact same thing we did with the retracement tool, but now with extensions. So we're going to go from low to high, back down to the low, from low to high, back down to the low, again, from low to high, back down to the low. And now we're going to see where we topped out each time. So the first move higher, we had a top out right around that 127 extension. Okay, keep that number in your head. Second move, we had a top out right around the 2.618 Fibonacci extension right here, right? And right here. Okay, so that gives us more information. And now, take a look at today. And where are we? We're at that 2.618 Fibonacci retracement, or Fibonacci extension. Pretty much, to be honest, pretty much to that 3.618 right in here. So could Ethereum be topping out? Honestly, it could be, because what we've seen so far is that each time it pumps, it tends to pump to the next extreme, right? So we went from 127 all the way to 2.618. Now we're at 3.618. Okay, so is the upside potential on Ethereum Classic somewhat limited? Possibly, because we have this pattern of topping out and then retracing 61% at least. Okay, so somewhere in this area for Ethereum Classic is where I think it may top out, right between this 4.618 and 3.618, if it hasn't already topped out right now. So now we have those, now we have those beautiful numbers, and now what we can do is we can really hone in on what we think is going to happen here, okay? We think that we're going to get a top out between 154 and 190, and we think that if that does happen, then we're likely to go down to the 61.8 and 786 zone here. So all of that analysis brings us to one conclusion: resistance and support. Okay, so sell zone basically, buy zone. All right, so that is Ethereum Classic. Sorry, that was a little longer than I expected it to take, but the next one is much, much simpler, and that's why I put this one first, and that is going to be Cardano. Okay, this is something that we actually talked about in one of our streams about the potential of this to move pretty quickly once it starts to break out, and guess what? It is starting to break out. So this is on a logarithmic scale, bring it down to the linear scale, and that's what that looks like, right? So this is what you're all used to seeing. These charts are usually what people use, just a linear scale, and that's fine. But again, put it back on a log scale and everything becomes a little bit less emotional. The moves are less crazy. They're all the same, right? It doesn't change anything. It only changes the appearance of the chart. Okay, so what we end up seeing on Cardano is we see this consolidation pattern, right? So we have this consolidation pattern. We kind of consolidated from February 27th of this year to now, obviously today is when it actually decided to start breaking out, okay? And what you'll notice is that we also have an increase in volume on the breakout, so that is volume confirmation on Cardano's breakout. Okay, and now let's come up with a target, right? So this is all bullish for Cardano. We are breaking through these highs. We are increasing in volume, but where is it going to go? By the way, oh my God, we didn't even do targets for Ethereum Classic. Let's go back to Ethereum Classic really quick. What a hectic video this one is. Okay, so if we do end up going down to this 61.8, right? We go down to that 61.8, where are we likely to go next if we do make that next new high? Well, what we can do is we can take an ABCD pattern. That is, you just take a line from the most recent swing high. You take that, copy it forward. We don't even have a low to put it to, so we're just going to project it theoretically if it comes down to the 61.8, right, which is right here. Okay, then the next high should be at least up here between at $200. What we can also do is, again, use those Fibonacci extensions. go from the most recent low to the most recent high, assuming that it tops out here. And then obviously we've seen that it likes to at least go to the 127 all the way up to the 2.618, which is way up here. So that gives us some crazy targets of around $350, minimum target of $183, right? So I guess we have two extremes, right? We have the minimum and the maximum. All right, so that is what we could end up seeing, right? A move to 183, between 183 and 200. That is if we dip and continue, to a max of $350. So quite a range there. But if we do dip to that 61.8 and we reach our target, minimum target of 183, then that is a 150% increase or gain or return on investment, whatever you want to call it. All right, so now let's go back to Cardano. Man, this video is quite hectic, but not editing it. We are going to continue because we keep it raw here, right? So we are in this breakout. Now let's get to targets, right? Obviously, this is an area where I personally may start buying it, right? It's a breakout scenario. Stop loss can go, below the breakout area. So, or you could wait for a retest of these highs right here, right? So if we actually go back down to this chart, sometimes in a breakout scenario, you'll see something like this, right? You get a consolidation breakout, and then you get a retest of the breakout highs, and then you can continue from there, right? So that's exactly what we're seeing here, right? We're seeing consolidation, breakout. Could we get a retest? Yes, possibly, and then continue. Either way, not that big of a difference in price. Still great buying opportunity, in my opinion, okay? So we're going to go back down to the log scale, okay? And what we're going to do, just like we did with Ethereum Classic, we're going to first do our ABCD pattern. We're going to take basically the all-time low, the all-time low to the latest high, which is right here around $1.55. We're going to copy, paste that. Now, because it's a logarithmic scale, you know what? Let's go back down to linear just to make it easier on your eyes. Okay. Oh, why does that look like that? Looks like the logarithmic scale messed it up a little bit. Okay, we're going to copy and paste that, right? All-time low to most recent high. Paste it forward to the most recent low. Okay, and that's why you can see that's how I got this line here. $2.40 will be the target for Cardano, or from current levels, that is about a 48% increase, okay? Now, if we want to get really technical with it, what we can do is we can just take the performance from all-time low to all-time high, right? If we have an equivalent move higher, right? And then we can just project that forward, and you'll see that that gives us, that gives us an 160% move higher from these lows, okay? So from the most recent lows, right, we have an 160% increase. From the most recent price, we have about a 48% increase. Okay, so that is the target for Cardano. Nothing really else, because we are so new, right? We don't have much history to back it up. We only have really one swing high, one swing low. Next swing high should reach $2.40, or about a 50% increase in price. So, man, that was a long video. Thank you guys for watching. That is pretty much all I have for you today. If you got to the end of the video, I really appreciate you, because this one was tough to watch, I'm sure. So thank you guys for watching. As always, make sure to check out the links in the description down below. Join our free Discord, free education, free community, all of that good stuff, and smash the like button and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.